As the title of this video states, this video will go over Bonnie and how she's not only bad in the meta overall, but is honestly the worst marksman in the game. So, I honestly forgot about Bonnie's existence in the game until they released the Tentacle Bonnie skin, which honestly is her best skin in my opinion. Unfortunately, Bonnie's a trash brawler to play as, but why exactly? So, Bonnie is one of 10 brawlers in the Marksman class, which is a class that specializes in dealing damage from afar. The other 9 marksmen in the game are Angelo, Maisie, Mandy, Janet, Belle, Nani, B, Piper, and Brock. For the rest of this video, I'm going to compare Bonnie to the other marksmen to prove my point. So, let's start out with comparing HP. Out of all the other marksmen, Bonnie actually has the most HP, and it's not even close. At max level, she has 9,600 health, and second place is Maisie at 7,200 health. How does this prove my point of Bonnie being the worst marksman? Let me ask you this. Why would a marksman who specializes in dealing damage from a long range need a lot of HP? I don't know if this is to make up for her lack of depth to her Clyde form kit, but a sniper like Bonnie with all that HP is counterintuitive, to say the least. At least with Maisie having a bunch of HP, it kind of makes sense due to the way her attacks work and the fact that it's a little bit easier to hit your shots as Maisie the closer you are to her. Maisie's super also requires you to be close to enemies, whereas Bonnie's super doesn't. So another issue with Bonnie is with her attack. Firstly, it's so basic. It's just a single shot projectile that has no gimmick or special effect when it lands. What do I mean by this? Piper deals more damage the farther her targets are. Angelo deals more damage the longer you charge the attack. Mandy gains extra attack range when she's standing still. See what I mean? Bonnie has the most basic, boring attack amongst the marksmen. The only benefit you get from landing shots is charging her super, which is something that every marksman has. Also, her attack damage itself is very underwhelming. She deals 2,240 damage at max level when in Clyde form. While yes, that is a pretty decent amount of damage on its own, she actually has the third weakest attack amongst the marksmen in terms of damage. The 2 marksmen below her are Janet and B. For B, yes, her normal shot is really weak, but landing her normal shot gives you 1 or 2 charge shots, which deal a whopping 4,000 damage at max level. That's a lot of damage, in fact. It's the third strongest attack in the marksman class. For Janet, I'll be completely honest, she's not a marksman. I don't know why she's part of the class. She's more of a controller to me with her super and drop the base gadget, but that's irrelevant to the topic, so I won't go too much into detail. If you want me to go over Janet, let me know in the comment section. I might make a video on it. Bonnie's attack damage, however, isn't the only inferior thing about her attack. Bonnie has an attack range of 9 tiles, which sounds like a pretty decent range for her, and it makes sense considering she's classified as a marksman. However, compared to other marksmen, her range is unimpressive. Mandy, for example, also has a range of 9 tiles, but when she's standing still, it increases it to 11 2/3 tiles. Nani's aiming reticle, or whatever it's called, shows that she has a range of 8 2/3 tiles, but as we all know, her attacks can extend beyond that if they don't hit a target, making her true range 11 tiles in length. Angelo, B, Piper, and Belle all have a range of 10 tiles. Brock has a range of 9 tiles, similar to Bonnie, but he makes up for it with his insane splash radius and the fact that he leaves a fire trail on the ground when his shots explode. The 2 marksmen who have shorter attack ranges than Bonnie are Maisie and Janet. Maisie, as I explained earlier, can be more efficient in a fight when she's closer to her enemies, and once again, I still don't consider Janet to be a marksman, so I'm not really counting her personally. But yeah, Janet has the lowest range in the marksman class, just so you know. Okay, there must be something about Bonnie's attack that isn't completely inferior, right? She has a reload speed of 1 second, which is the 3rd fastest amongst the other marksmen. That's gotta count for something, right? Not really. Yes, Bonnie's reload speed is faster than the average sharpshooter, but keep in mind that she only has 1 ammo She can't save or store ammo, unlike most other marksmen. Sure, Angelo and B literally have that same gimmick, with the former arguably having it worse due to its charge mechanic. But it's easier to justify those two having only one ammo since it aligns with their kits really well. If B had more than one ammo and fires two ammo at once, what will happen if the first one hits but the second doesn't? What about if both shots hit? Her insta B-load star power gives her a second charge shot if she misses the first one. How will that work? What if she gets two charge shots at the same time and both of them land? She'll be fundamentally broken with more than one ammo bar, so it makes sense. Angelo's charge mechanic is what makes him a unique sharpshooter. It actually helps the player due to the fact that when you're playing a sniper-esque brawler, not just Angelo, but any sniper, it's most beneficial to aim your shots so that you'll have the best chance at hitting them. Since Angelo deals more damage the longer you hold your aim, it makes sense for him to have one ammo slot. I honestly see no reason for Bonnie to have only one ammo bar. Her attack is about as basic as vanilla ice cream without toppings. Her Clyde form needs something to make her stand out, otherwise there's just no reason to play her compared to literally any other marksman. Another thing about Bonnie, she's the slowest marksman in the game. When in her Clyde form, she has a below average movement speed, and I honestly don't understand why. This gives her targets a good opportunity to just walk away from her range and neutralize her as a threat. I understand that there are a lot of brawlers with mobility-based abilities that can make them dodge a sniper shots, not just Bonnie shots, but any other sniper shots. But with the slow movement speed, it makes it to where brawlers with just the normal movement speed, which is most of the roster, mind you, not have to use any special abilities to escape her range. Now, she does have her Sugar Rush gadget that increases her movement speed by 30% for 5 seconds, and with it active, she's almost as fast as Angelo, who has a very fast movement speed. However, this lasts for 5 seconds, and you can only use it 3 times per match. Once you run out of uses, what then? What are you gonna do? Tell me. I'll wait. Nothing? Oh, I see. Well, in that case, Bonnie needs normal movement speed. So, most of the points I made this video all boil down to one thing. Bonnie is just too basic of a brawler in Clyde form. She's basic and unimpressive. She has temporary mobility in the form of her Sugar Rush gadget, but outside of that, she's just a nothing burger with a side of small fries that's been sitting out the fryer for the past hour. It's honestly a shame, because when she's in Bonnie form, she's absolutely crazy. However, to get to Bonnie form, you have to get her Super in Clyde form, and getting her Super in Clyde form is pretty difficult when you hardly have any abilities that can help you get there. Her Wisdom Tooth star power is arguably the worst star power in the game, and you will almost never hit anyone with it. Bonnie's Clyde kit needs to be completely reworked, and I think I have a few ideas. The first change is literally what I just said a little while ago. Just give her normal movement speed. There's, again, no reason for her to have slow movement speed. If that comes at the cost of some of her health, because she is the tankiest marksman in the game, then that's fine, because a marksman shouldn't have that much health anyway. If health is the reason why Bonnie is so slow, just nerf her health, because she doesn't need it. She's a marksman. She's supposed to be dealing damage from afar, so just nerf her health if that means she gets a normal movement speed. The second change I would make to her kit is to add Wisdom Tooth to her base kit, but extend the range of the shotted shots so it actually has a chance at hitting something. Bonnie's main attack is nothing unique or special compared to the other marksmen, so this change will give players a reason to want to actually pick her. The third change I would make is to give her a new star power that will replace Wisdom Tooth, and her new star power will give Bonnie a meter under her health that charges over time, similar to BB's knockback meter or Shelly's band-aid meter. When that meter is full, her next shot slows the enemy down for 2 seconds. I'm gonna call it caramel coating. Now, it's worth mentioning that I'm no expert when it comes to balancing, and I'm about as competitive at Brawl Stars as a koala is at staying awake. That may not have made sense just now, but just run with it. But Bonnie is just not fun to play. Not just because she's weak, but also because she's just uninteresting. She's not fun when you don't have her super, and getting her super can be such a chore most of the time. But I want to hear what you guys think. What would you change about Bonnie? Do you agree with my suggestions? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching the video. Take care of each other and love each other. Peace!